Hi everyone, it's Friday, October 25th. This is Lee McMahon with the Daily Moving Average video. It is 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So about 2.5 hours until we get markets close. So going to run through a little bit of the week's wrap up, talk about what we're going to see next week, and go from there. We had a pretty boring day today, so there's not a lot to review for today's price action, but we'll take a look at some of the daily charts and see what we may be looking at for next week. Please take a moment to pause the recording and read the risk disclaimer, which should now be on your screen. Okay. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so we're going to start with some Kiwi pairs. We have the RBNZ next week, as well as some Chinese data that we may see some nice activity in the Kiwi pairs. So we're going to take a look at those. We'll start with Kiwi Dollar. Alright, these are all going to be daily charts. We have pulled below now this ascending trend line that has supported the pair since September. We are now, I'm looking for a small bounce next week up into the 83.40 or so area to try and sell what would essentially be a right shoulder here and a head and shoulders left head, and then we are building a right neckline down here for an eventual move back down towards the 78 area. You can also see we do have some daily moving average support right around here as well. This 50 corresponds very nicely with the neckline, which is one of the reasons I'm looking to front run this right shoulder a little bit, or I should say potential right shoulder. So that's definitely a Kiwi setup I'm keeping my eye on. Kiwi Yen is another Kiwi setup that you should be keeping your eye on as well. This one more lined up for Kiwi Bulls. This is Kiwi Yen 79.95. Basically is very good support, so not that far away from current market. We do have the 100-day EMA here in green, as well as this range area, top area here. So very possible we see a bounce and then a break higher to new highs. On the other hand, if we do manage to clear below this 100-day EMA, we could very easily see a return down to 76. So keep your eye on that. It's basically the double top neckline is going to come in right here in this area, and if it breaks, we have a double top possibility, and if it holds, we're looking for a rally to new highs. Other pair you should consider, keep an eye on, is Euro Kiwi. Alright, Euro Kiwi do have some, alright, you can see we broke back above this nice neckline here. We are currently testing the 50% fib. We fell off of it a little bit earlier, but we've held on pretty well since then. Very possible that we see this pair again, brief dip to retest the neckline and can sort of confirm that we've broken back above it before it continues. So that's another potential Kiwi bearish setup. If we do manage to break down below this neckline again and this 50% holds, I would be looking to flip and maybe short this pair. But for right now, we're above that neckline. It seems very likely we're going to close the day above that neckline with a pretty strong rally these past 3 days. So definitely something you should be keeping your eye on. Last but not least, we're going to look at Aussie Kiwi. This is another Kiwi short opportunity here against Aussie Kiwi. You can see from the text, this was a chart of the day. Earlier this week, again, looking for longs. It's actually been playing out very well. We're approaching this 116.50 area. That is a major resistance level. Alright, we'll see if we pull back from there, but if we do break out, look for a move up towards 121. We'll see if the RBNZ can create some volatility. Some other pairs. Euro Dollar, delete these drawings, it's been pretty strong lately, impressively so. Since we broke out of this consolidation here, the pair has been rallying pretty extensively. Touched a high of 138.31 today. This, to me, is starting to run out of steam a little bit. We may see a nice pullback here. Alright, just down to this 136 figure before we make another rally higher. Weekly chart. Alright, we're starting to drift above some of the key resistance levels. So this pair is starting to look pretty good, but I do think it is overstretched. I do think we have the potential for a move lower here the beginning of next week, especially if we see the dollar manage to catch a bid. One of the things that's going to help the dollar catch a bid, alright, is going to be if we see some risk off. There's nothing this week to get excited about on the weekly candle of E-minis. There was that potential earlier in the week. The last 2 days of rallies have kind of killed that. But we are very much near top of this wedge resistance, okay? So I'm not saying it's going to happen, but this is a very distinct possibility. These wedges tend to, when they do reverse, and it's hard to tell when they're going to do that, they tend to provoke a very powerful move lower. So that remains a potential. Right now, the trend clearly bullish. The last 3 weeks have all been bullish. So I would be cautious about where you choose to enter, but I would keep this formation in mind, especially with the way that we've seen the Nikkei trade lately. All right, so the Nikkei Japanese stock index, if we look, this daily chart is not looking super aggressively bullish. We broke out of a wedge. We are now testing some very, very key support levels here. All right, this 14,000 level is huge. It's this ascending trend line. It's the 100-day EMA. Could easily take us back up to test 15,000, which is the major resistance level. But if we do start to break down, this could start to be a warning sign for U.S. equities. All right, so keep that in mind. Pound dollar has a clear bearish potential here, but it is just a potential. Double top right here at 162 basically. If we drop down to the 4-hour, this right side of the double top is starting to look a little head and shoulders-y, left, right, head. All right, the last time I did this, we broke down pretty nicely. So we may see another breakdown towards about 160.40. All right, if we manage to get below there, then we might be really talking about a more serious correction on pound dollar. Same rules as euro dollar. All right, looks good, starting to get a little extended, and there is a little bit more of a clear bearish setup here. If you're looking to pick a top, if you're not, wait, try to buy that trend line test. Dollar Swiss, I like dollar Swiss to the upside here. This is why we're testing at 38.2% fib, testing the bottom of this range. We're respecting it pretty well here. Obviously, it would very much help if we can break out of this like wedge type pattern here. All right, so that would be above 91.30. We could start to see a major move higher up towards this 200 week EMA. You can see has been pretty significant. That's at 96.40. So that's the level to keep your eye on for dollar Swiss. I like it to the upside. I like shorting the Swiss in general. Dollar CAD, all right, very much a bullish dollar CAD guy. We are nearing some resistance here. All right, if we activate this drawing and extend it. Okay, we're just shy of retesting that, just about 105. Very possible we actually work our way very easily up to that 105 figure before pulling back. Where it goes from there, we'll have to see. The one thing that I know for sure is that if we do see a dollar CAD decline to about 104 or so, I'll be looking to buy it up for a move towards 105. Same goes for the other CAD crosses. All right, pound CAD looking to buy on a pullback. Euro CAD looking to buy on a somewhat steeper pullback. Aussie CAD and Kiwi CAD I'm remaining neutral on, though Kiwi CAD actually may be a pretty decent short upcoming here at the beginning of next week. My favorite pair is for lately right now is going to be dollar yen. Jump to the daily chart of dollar yen. You can see we're respecting the bottom of this triangle very nicely. So we either rally from here up towards this 103.72 previous highs, or we rally up towards 98.97 and break down, or we break down. All right, so three potentials, three very clear trading setups that should result in three pretty powerful moves. So definitely keep your eye on dollar yen. Aussie yen testing its major trend line, gets below there, look for shorts. Kiwi yen, I already talked about Kiwi yen. Euro yen and pound yen. Euro yen testing the top of its range, not really looking to touch it until it gets back down to this 50-day EMA, and this trend line could buy it there. Pound yen, all right, possible double top, pretty least clear of the yen pairs. Last but not least, gold looks extraordinarily good to me here. I do think that we are going to continue to see gold rallies up towards 14.18, which is that 200-day EMA. All right, so that's something to definitely keep your eye on for next week. Hopefully that's helpful. As always, you can find me on Twitter at Duke0777 or at globalfxclub.com. I look forward to talking to you soon. Enjoy your weekend, everyone, and I'll talk to you later.